So there's a breakdown in personality between, not a breakdown. They're future-oriented people and they're present-oriented people.
Welcome to Coffee with Kevin.
Most people are present-oriented. Most people don't dream about the future, think about what it could be.
Yep.
Instead, they prefer to think about what is and how they can work with their current surroundings.
Yep.
When you're a coach looking at a player, trying to figure out, I want them to be here, how do you identify where you want them to be, whether you're present-oriented or future-oriented?
How do you identify where you want them to be? I think as a coach, as a leader, you have to have a vision, not just for the team, but for every player. Of here's where they are when they come in. Right? Let's think of the college space. A freshman comes in, they are not who they're going to be. Right? If they leave your program the same as the way they came in, you failed as a leader. Maybe they failed in their response to your leadership. But the goal is to get people to a different level. And to say, you come in here as a freshman, we need you here by the time you're a senior. And then it's reverse engineering. If you're here, we want you here. What do we need to do to get you there? But then it's sitting with that player and saying, where do you see yourself? And seeing where those visions may be off. Maybe your vision is too high. Maybe it's too low. Maybe their vision is too high or too low. But I think once you really get to know a person, whether that's a player, whether that's an employee, once you get to know them, to get to know what they're about, then you can really have a realistic vision for them. Otherwise, it's just kind of a guessing game. Like, well, we brought in this kid, he's a 4-star recruit, and we want him to be here. Well, they may not be able to be there, and you've got to know them, connect with them, learn their background, learn their hopes and dreams and fears and insecurities, and see their level of commitment. That will shape the vision that you have for them. And so I think it's learning to shape that vision based on your knowledge of that person, but also sitting down with them and helping them shape that vision so that it's a together thing. It's not you dictating a vision over them. It's helping them create that vision for themselves. And then that's when they start to ask you, will you help me come along? Will you come alongside me to help me achieve that? Right? I get the vision. This is what I want to be. Do you see that in me? Will you help me get there?
Yeah, I think that it's, as an employer, as a coach, whatever, if you're truly developing people, figuring out their potential.
Yeah.
Or potential's a hard word.
And it's purely subjective.
Absolutely.
Right. And again, you may be, with all the best intent, with all the personal connection, you still may be overguessing or underguessing, right? Because they may break through some fears and insecurities, and all of a sudden their potential goes through the roof. And it's not that their potential changed. You just didn't, what you saw of their potential change, right? Their potential is potential. But it's whether or not they can actually get free to pursue that potential and actually make that potential a realization. I've just said potential 48 times. But that's the thing, is that, and one of the things we talk about with people all the time is a great way to evaluate people is where are they performing versus their potential, right? So again, they come in as a freshman, they're probably at 20% of their potential in life. 20% of their potential maybe as a football player. Now, maybe some of them come in as a freshman, they're actually at 80% of their potential, right? There's not a whole lot of room for them to grow. So it's being realistic about what we think their potential is, and then how do we help them get to that space?